Ava McGee, who had started the previous 11 games for BC, is out with a shoulder injury tonight. So the Eagles continue to play a little bit shorthanded. Away we go. Here, ACC action from Connie Forum. Stanford goes inside Aguera immediately from the paint. Biggest player is Kayla Rolph. Shot clock to 3 for Lily Carmody. That's for 2. Oh! It drops with a foot on the line for Carmody. How about
this is that Carmody play, right? And, you know, pretty impressive to have that.
Worked out for a tying 2. Aguera again. That time missed, but cleans up. And Aguera's got the first 4 for Stanford. 78% on free throws. They're an efficient offense for their second-year head coach, Kate Pay. Nice feed, Aguera again. And she's got 6.
Well, it started the Stanford end. Look at that spacing. That's a great look at it, right through Joey's lens.
Average is 15. It's almost halfway there. Just 3 minutes into the game, and Rolph had that one affected by big Lara Shumpai. And there's the first 2 other than Nunu. It's the freshman Hailee Swain on the interior. National League this year. Shumpai on the interior again. Lara Shumpai out of Australia. 8 in a row for the Cardinal. Anderson, 3 for 2, off the window, and there's Amira Anderson getting BC's. And that's Stevenson free to fire. That was well off. Shumpai, third chance, Ogden.
12 points, or excuse me, 10 of those points have come in the paint. They've been super efficient at getting their looks. Nice by Anderson there.
Yeah, she gets her second bucket, and that one's from long range. Amira. She learned she was under the tutelage of Tara Vanderveer, as I mentioned, for 17 seasons. Swain missing inside. Kiera Edmonds on the glass. Anderson feeling it early. Continues her hot start. She's got the last 8.
Still managing to get set, not rushing through even in transition. Great look.
There's the answer inside from the Australians. A couple of them with a foot on the line. You need every point you can get when you're taking on a team like Stanford, and that was a swipe and a layup there off the bench from Chloe Clardy.
And then here's the takeaway. Nice little read there once that ball swung left. Little poke, and BC subs.
She plays with Chloe Clardy, and Carmody got a steal and threw it right back to Clardy. And Clardy gets a layup to put Stanford up by 9 for the first time.
Yeah.
Sophomore guard wearing number 6, and she's got it in her hands. Stanford on a 6-point run. Chance for a double-digit lead, and they get it again with a layup, and there is E.G. Woye out of Phoenix. Got it back. Senior floor general LaPolo. And Ogden beating Halp to the ball. Courtney Ogden misses. Third chance. Count it.
Second chance points now. That was after the first one, and then you see Swain in really good position on the.
And now Swain. Aguera finding Shumpai, and she missed once but got it back. And she's not going to miss twice. Lara Shumpai continues as Chloe Clardy misses. Run out for Tomlinson. Rolph dribbling under the rim and reappears for the layup on the other side.
Could have, but taking that extra dribble to her right and getting more space for the layup.
Ends a drought for BC, but quickly.
So twice in a row, BC trying to go quickly down the floor, change the pace of this game a little bit. It was a decent look that time, but Carmody just couldn't finish.
And Shumpai.
Any freshman playing this many minutes because of trying to get that consistency in your first year in D1 basketball.
Ogden got that one to drop. I think that's the furthest away. Stanford up at 54% from the field. Clardy lets it fly. Chloe Clardy, and finally Stanford hits a 3. Clardy finding Ogden. Shot clock under 5 for Stanford. Oh, what a pass. And Mary Ashley Stevenson pays it off with the layup.
Plus turnovers 3 of the last 4 games. That's something to watch with this Cardinal team as they look to push towards the NCAA tournament.
Rolph from long range. Kayla Rolph. Some nice shooting games on that road trip, Virginia Tech and Notre Dame.
Trying to find that form once again.
Eschmeyer, the kick out for Ogden. And Ogden hits from three-point range. It's got a 26-point lead. Carmody's tried this a few times. She hadn't made any of them. I think it's the third time they've run that play.
And it's gotten down there.
So the shot clock turned off. Down to 5. Swain throwing it up with a right hand off the window to put Stanford up 28 at the half.
All the way through.
Lapolo. That's been another story. What they've been able to do on the offensive glass. That's the 7th. Had not missed the NCAA tournament in the final 36 years that Tara Vanderveer was their head coach. And then they missed it last season. Moving into the ACC, there's Aguera. Inside, Aguera got blocked, but got it back, missed again. Third chance, there's Ogden. Boy, is that this game in a nutshell. Kaya Henderson in there running the point. Ohio State transfer. Greer is the trailer and free to fire a three. The first one she's been able to hit tonight.
Sam Apuzzo, any of the absolute best players in the history of the sport who have come through here.
Carmody again in that transition opportunity, unable to hit the layup. And Swain gets it off for the layup. That goes down for Mary Ashley Stevenson since coming to Stanford. J.E.G. Woye's back in there. Meanwhile, inside, there's Eschmeyer. 0 for 5 at Virginia Tech. 0 for 8 from the floor in this game tonight is Athena. And that one is Alex Eschmeyer. Just a sophomore, so she's got some time to refine her game on the court and her broadcasting skills as well. Nice spin move by Carmody. And that time she's able to finish one. As you see this finish by Carmody inside. I'll get back to that. Lily deserves her due for her second bucket of the night. No, okay.
Just
you got
wondering.
Jinxed a lot. Rear off the backboard on that three-point attempt.
I don't know, never went in, so.
Ogden, game clock to 3. Ogden distributing again. I think that might count for Swain. To the 4th, thanks to this tip in right before the buzzer by Hailee Swain, Eric. It did count.
Yep, and you can see pretty clearly there when the
she's had a couple of opportunities. Freshman has just 9 points in her burgeoning career, and that time the fast break layup goes for Kayla Rolph. Coach Mack talked to us about that before the game. Noticed that was a chance that they've had quite a few of them. The answer from Ogden.
Ability even in some tight, small areas around the paint. Played a lot of really good looks inside.
Edmonds, Kiera Edmonds. Where they're having to play and learn on the fly more than most freshmen ever would at this stage of their development.
And obviously it's outsized roles from what you might ideally pick, but when it's plays like that.
It's a great move with the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, how about this? Again, the nice spin. Yeah, so would you take that one or the Carmody one? Or
that UNC win that we talked about at the end of their last road trip down to Tobacco Road was very big for that. Kayla Rolph able to hit her second from long range. Nice entry, Anderson to Carmody. Finishing through the contact is Lily Carmody. Good basketball.
Yeah, great feed inside. Carmody goes right to the bucket. Eagles still pushing here late.
And there's a 3 that hit. 8 points total all season before that shot. Tomlinson for BC gets her first bucket of the game. Slithering through to the left side of the paint. Tries it again, does Peterson. Not 2 in a row that time for Harper. Long outlet again to Carmody. Tomlinson found her. That was a touchdown pass. Stanford's had this all-reserve lineup on the court for the past few minutes. BC making some inroads. E.G. Woye to the bucket.
Towards the end of the timer, little fake on the 3, gets Rolph out and beats Anderson to the spot.
Probably similar amount of nerves. Who knows? Anderson got free, right wing. Rolph on the glass. Kayla Rolph
Certainly doing some nice things late here. There's the offensive rebound.
That somehow got through to E.G. Woye, but she couldn't hit it. BC out and running again with Amira Anderson on the break.
Rolph, and then we'll look ahead here for Amira Anderson. So after 14 against Virginia Tech, they get their hands in the way, bunch of steals. They really read some of those passes extremely well.
Henderson got the bounce on a three at the top. Rolph, is this her third? Yes, it is, and she's tied her BC season high. Coach Mack is going to like this effort here down the stretch. And Amira Anderson gets a steal on that entry pass. Henderson, Lopinto, Emma Lopinto. Now you've got Papadaki. And Amborn won't get a shot off. That'll do it. Ends up being a 25-point margin of victory after Stanford led by as many as 42, the Cardinal